Hello guys, welcome to my AMC 8 review. Today we're gonna talk about number 23 from 2014 exam. So we have a logic problem. Three members of the Euclid Middle School girls football team had the following conversation. We have Ashley, Bethany, Caitlin. So how about we say Ashley is A, Bethany is B, and Caitlin's jersey number is C. I just realized that our uniform numbers are all two-digit prime. Okay, all two-digit prime. Let's pause for a second. So prime numbers are the numbers whose factors are 1 and it's the number itself. And it starts from 11, 13, 17, 19, 21, 23, 29, and I'll stop at 31. That's because we'll talk about the month, right? So month doesn't go beyond 31. Bethany said, and the sum of your two uniform numbers. So she's saying your two uniform numbers. That's talking about Ashley and Caitlin. Okay, of my birthday earlier this month. Earlier this month means, if today is like the 15th, then it has to be like 14th or 13 or something smaller number, right? So let's translate to mathematical equation. That means Ashley uniform number and the Caitlin's uniform number has to be less than today's date. So we'll just leave it for now, and then we'll kind of have a comparison. For Caitlin, she said, that's funny, the sum of your two uniform numbers. She's talking about the Bethany and Ashley. It's later this month. Actually, especially later, this number got a bit bigger. So I'm going to say A plus B. And then finally, Caitlin said, Ashley said, the sum of your two uniform numbers is today's date. So let's say this is today. The sum of the B plus C, the number for the Bethany and Caitlin, is equal to today's date. And then Ashley's number and the Bethany's number is going to be later. So clearly, you will see that this is increasing, right? And this is earlier. Okay. So how can we write this in the inequality? Okay, if it's later, so you have A plus B is definitely greater than the today's date, B plus C. And notice how the B cancel out, which translates to A is greater than C. Now let's go to earlier and let's compare the earlier and today. Today's date is definitely the sum of the today's. Okay, today's date is definitely larger than the earlier update of the month. Therefore, B plus C got to be greater than A plus C. So you can kind of clean out the C here, and then notice how B is definitely greater than A. Okay, we have a nice relationship here. This means that if I write this in one inequality, B is greater than A and A is greater than C. Okay. Now let's look at the plausible numbers that can fit into C and A and B. Now let's just imagine, scroll the screen. Let's just imagine that C happened to be 11. So we have 11 here. And Ashley's number has to be 13 then, or more. And then Bethany can be 17. Well, watch out here. If you add A plus B, right? A plus B is later of the month. So let's go back to the later this month. Later this month, at most, can be 31. And look, we already have 30 here. If you add the 13 plus 17, it's already 30. So you might go, what if Caitlin is 13? Sure, then Ashley has to be 17, and Bethany has to be probably, at least 19, right? Sure, it could be 21, but it doesn't matter. When you add the 17 plus 19, meaning the later date, that's 36, and that's not found in the month. So, there's no other way but to go with these three numbers, and clearly the Caitlin is the youngest. I'm sorry, not youngest. Her jersey number is the lowest number. Therefore, you gotta go with choice A.